In this video, we're going to compare 3 of the leading sports data and strategy software applications currently on the market. These are CGM Bet, BTC or Betfair Trading Community, and the newly released Sports IQ software. It's worth saying before we start that BTC and CGM Bet have both been on the market for over 10 years, whereas Sports IQ has only been out for a couple of weeks or so. This will be taken into consideration when we do our scoring at the end of the video. All scoring and opinion that are provided in this video are my own opinions, and I'm not affiliated to any of these software solutions. All functionality that we discuss will be for the premium versions of all 3 software applications. Without further ado, let's get started. So CGM Bet is probably the most complex of the 3 software systems to master. Some people may see that as a bad thing. I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing at all. The vast amounts of information in the software and the flexibility of what you can achieve are almost limitless. There is so much this software can do, but to the first time user it does look a little bit daunting. There are so many buttons, and it certainly is not something you can just pick up and run with straight away. You do need to invest time into using it. So to show you just how we get the home team's win rates for the last 8 games, and we're using just the current day's games. So we refresh that, and there's 269 games it's going through here. And there we go. So we can see that Central Coast have won 75% of their last 8 games, and we can confirm that. And this is home versus away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they've won 6 of 8, which is 75%. So again, it's not simple to use, but that's a simple query, and you can drill in and you can confirm the data, so you can be confident that what you're seeing is correct. The software can do so much more than this as well. I mean, we've got all these, and we've got custom columns here as well, which again is not something you can just pick up and run with, but it makes the software so much more powerful. But it's certainly not easy to use. In fact, this is probably the hardest of the 3 that are on offer today to master, and obviously all the videos that we've got show you how to do this, but it takes time and investment. Sports IQ is very easy on the eye and very easy to pick up and use. You've got all your menu items along the top, and you can drill into games, and you've got dials and you've got graphs on certain screens, so you can see things visually as well as tabular. Again, you can see previous games of what's happened. Straight away you can see which markets are potentially good to trade over the season and the last 8 games, and it's all summarised nicely. Creating strategies is nice and simple too. We've got just menu items which we can just drop down and put in individual measures, so it's a lot simpler than CGM Bet to find your strategies. But where CGM Bet does lead is the ability to drill into the data and get a closer look at every minute detail of games. It may well come in Sports IQ in time. I say it's only been out for a couple of weeks, and what is in the software at this stage is really good, and if it's going to be improved on, which I know it will be, then it's a serious player in the months and years to come. The BTC software looks nice and clean. It's not as intuitive as others on the market. So if we wanted, say, the total percentage of home wins, then it's a case of scrolling until you find it. So say the home team has won more than 50% of their games. And restrict it to the current season, but we can't do it for the full season. We can only do it for the last 5, 10 or 20 matches, so there's not so much flexibility there as in other applications. So we'll save that as one of our filters, and this gives us the games. So but we can see that the data is actually giving us the right numbers here. So Melbourne Victory, it's saying 50% are won at home. So on the home table, they've won 5 of 10. Hamburger, if we go there, it's saying 60%. So they've won 9 of 13, which is actually 69%, but because we're just looking at the last 10 games in these stats, that's why we get the different numbers, but we can't actually see that information in the middle panel, and that's where this software is let down. The number that you're seeing there, you can't always correlate that to anything else, and you can't drill into these games either to see them. So while the overall stat looks good, the actual data, you just have to trust it basically. You can't find a way to actually drill into the information to prove that it is correct, which is for me is a major flaw of the software. Whether it's something that will be fixed in future or not, I don't know, but for me it doesn't give me the confidence that I need, especially paying the money that these people ask for to use this software. In terms of functionality, CGM Bet pretty much allows you to do anything. As we've already seen on the previous section, we can drill into individual games and we can see how the games panned out in terms of what the half-time score was, the final score, the starting odds, when the goals were scored in individual minutes or every 10 minutes or even every half. And the data there is really easy to read. We can also visualise other games of similar odds and skill levels to these teams, and we can see the chances of a goal or no goals, whatever you're looking for, at 5-minute intervals. Where the software really comes into its own is in the backtesting, in the advanced goals statistics section. So in here we can take English games going back 5 years, and we can see where the home team was leading at half time, for example. Then out of the 751 games that met this criteria, the home team actually won 590 of them, and we can see kind of how many goals there were and what the correct scores were. So 2-0 looked the most popular score in that scenario in the Premier League in the last 5 years. So really powerful information, and you can tweak this and play around with it to such a low level and get some real meaningful stats out of it. Sports IQ, as well as giving you the fixtures and all the stats around the games, which is all valuable information. You can also create your own strategies, which we've seen previously on the previous section, and again we can backtest these strategies, which for something that's only been at 2 weeks is no mean feat. So if we look at our first half goal strategy here, which again is telling us what the criteria is on that, and we can backtest looking at match goals between, we change that to the first, so we're looking for goals in the first half, over half goals, so we're just looking for first half goal basically, and we can run the backtesting on that, and that will give us the information by league. So it doesn't go into as much depth as what CGM Bet does with the advanced goals backtesting, but it tells you if your strategy would be profitable or not, basically, or how successful it is, certainly. And that is a key feature which will be enhanced in future versions of the software. And we can sort that into order, so we can see which leagues perform poorly and which leagues perform badly. And we can also filter on these as well, so we can see which leagues have got the most games that meet that criteria for like a better sample size. So we can see there that the Netherlands Eerste Divisie and the English Premier League are the 2 top performing leagues with this strategy as it currently stands. So also we've got simulators in the Sports IQ software, so we've got trading simulator for the match markets and the over and unders markets, and also a correct score simulator here for potentially Dutching correct scores. And that is a great feature that no other software on the market currently has. Functionality of BTC is not actually that bad. You've got plenty of filters in here. You've got, say, the home, away, overall, and then you've got different types of stats, totals, percentages, averages and odds, and then you've got all the measures. The only real downside, I would guess, is that you can't make your own measures, like custom functions as you can in other software. You are prescribed only to what the software developer has given you, which is it's a bit of a shame. So you can't make up your own ranking systems And for something that costs this much, I would expect that functionality to be in there, so that you can actually build up your own kind of measures and strategies using your own calculations. The software also as well doesn't include backtesting, which again, for something of this price, I would expect that to be there. You can export the data into Excel to do your own backtesting, but I don't think it's good enough for software at this price not to have that functionality already included. It's something that other software includes for a lot cheaper, and I think they're missing a trick, and their users basically deserve more value than what they're getting in terms of the backtesting. In terms of help and support, the support which you get from CGM Bet is second to none. It really is exceptional, and one of the best support mechanisms that I've seen in any software, and I've been in software for many years. Mihai, the guy who writes the software, will answer you typically within half an hour in normal business hours, and will normally have a fix for any issues by the end of the day, which is exceptional. The CGM Bet forum is not as busy as it perhaps should be, but there are a series of experienced users, and say Mihai himself will frequent in here, and this is the place to go where new features are released and how to use them, and also for any bug fixes. As well as that, there's the Trading the Market Discord channel. The historical CGM Bet channel has got tons of information in there going back years, and also now in the trading tools section of that, it's kind of amalgamated with all of the tools, but the main focus in there typically is CGM Bet. And again, there's some real experienced users in here who are always willing to help. For Sports IQ, currently the only support is the Discord channel, also on the Trading the Markets server, but this is gaining a lot of traction, and a lot of talk going in here of how to do certain things such as creating strategies, backtesting, and Sports IQ themselves will be releasing YouTube videos very shortly. Also on their website itself, there is a contact form to get in touch with the Sports IQ people. This isn't really technical support at this stage. I say they're a very new company, and this will grow in time, but until then the Trading the Market Sports IQ Discord channel is the place to go for help and support. Help and support again via the BTC forums. The forum is clean to look at, but the activity levels are lower than what I would expect, to be honest. As we can see here, the engagement levels are very low. So 21 hours ago, no one's replied to that post a day ago, 2 days ago on that one, 4 days, 7 days, and no one's replied from that one 22 days ago. And if we're looking, say, the football trading, where you'd expect most activity to be, and we've got one there, no one's replied after 3 hours, only 11 people have viewed it. And this one here was had something 6 days ago. Admittedly, there's been 300 posts, but it has been up there for over 3 years. This one, nothing's been posted 21 days and 29 days. The software developers and the BTC admins do reply quite frequently to users in this channel, so there is help there. Just don't really expect a quick reply, I think is what we'd say. It appears to be the only real way to engage. There is the Twitter and the Facebook groups, but I think all kind of support requests are best to go through this channel. But it is active, but not as active as it should be, and that might be an issue if you're experiencing problems early on, as we certainly did when we started using the software. It wasn't intuitive, and if I posted in here looking for help, then I think I might have been waiting a day or so to get a response, and as we only purchased the 2-day trial, that wouldn't have been a very good experience at all. So use it, but don't expect anything exceptional from it. In terms of speed, CGMBet is probably the slowest of the three. That's mainly because it runs on your own hardware rather than on any web servers. Also as well, it has got vast amounts of data in there which do take a lot of processing. If you do lots of complex functions, which you're encouraged to do because that is the beauty of the software, you can make it do anything even if it's not designed to do it out of the box. And all these things do take time. So as we can see here, processing 268 games to put the trade in the market magic number into the custom columns is taking more time than it typically would do on one of the web applications, but none of the other web applications at this time offer this functionality. So it's a slight trade-off, but the rewards far outgrow the time waiting for this to calculate. And there we can see the data is in the software, and then we can just filter on it accordingly and bring it into our strategies. And it's extra power, which currently it's slower to create this information, but no other system can do it currently. Sports IQ is extremely responsive. So if we pick the Lever over 4.5 goals strategy here, and the system will automatically pick the games that meet that criteria. So 77 fixtures upcoming, and if we want to backtest this strategy, then we can just click on it there and run the backtesting, and we can see how quickly this is going through. So 10,000 games very quickly. So we're doing over 1,000 games a second here at the moment. So within 30 seconds or so, we've profiled 44,000 games, and we've got our success rate, and we can see which games fail, and we can start taking leagues out at this point. But the simulators as well. So if we quickly back the away team there, and we go through, so we can see how quickly we can go through the game, and we can cash out at any point. That is very quick. There used to be an Excel version of this which used to be really clunky, and this is far better and far more responsive. So again, a very, very pleasant experience for the user in terms of speed. Speed wise, the system's very responsive. If we pick a predefined filter, then straight away the games are there. It's instant, and that is extremely quick, and there's that is to be championed. That is good. And even clicking on the games, the data that you do get is very quick and responsive, and but what is displayed is extremely quick, and it's all on the one screen as well, and that is quite nice for the user. So in terms of pricing, CGM Bet is a one-off payment, and it's priced in euros, so currently at 99 euros, and for that you get the top level software, which is all of the functionality and premium support, and the private exports as well, which are bespoke pieces of software written for a particular purpose, and some of those are really exceptional. Often there are promotions with this software where the price will drop down to something silly like 50 euros. I mean, basically a steal. If you're not going to snap the software up at 50 euros, then you never will. It's really good value, and I would heavily recommend it. You can subscribe to Sports IQ for £10 a month currently, and that includes VAT, so there's no extra costs, or £120 for a year subscription. If you buy this, then you do get 2 months free, so it does make it slightly cheaper than the £10 a month offer. It is well worth it. So it's probably got less functionality at the moment in terms of the strategies than the other two, but with new features coming on all the time, and the fact that you can backtest all of your strategies, it is definitely worth the asking price. In terms of value for money, there's no getting away from the price of this software. I mean, for football and tennis alone, and I think we can pretty much discard the tennis, you're looking at £36 a month. That is way overpriced, and if you put your horse racing in as well, you're looking at £72 a month. The other two software solutions that we're showing in this video, you could buy both of those together and it would still be cheaper than buying this, and the combined experience of those would also be better than this. So I can't see any justification for buying this software whatsoever. It's not perfect, and even if it was at £72 or £36 a month, it's just too high, and that ultimately is the bottom line. So now we've evaluated all three options, it's time to give our verdict and scoring. So for ease of use, CGMBet is probably the hardest one to use, but if you can master it, then you are really onto a winner. This is probably going to get 6 out of 10 because of the steep learning curve to start with. Sports IQ is very easy to pick up and use. The drop-down menus make it simple to use, and it's very intuitive to know what to select from each of the boxes. This will get 8 out of 10. BTC, although using drop-downs, again, same as Sports IQ, I found it to be less intuitive what to do, but it is probably easier to use than CGM Bet, so this will score a 7. In terms of functionality, CGM Bet has got lots and lots of things you can do, and the only limitation is really your imagination. And in the time that I've been using it, there's been very few things that it has not been able to do, so this will score a 9. Sports IQ, I say, is the new baby on the block, and the functionality is coming on leaps and bounds. It's got stuff which I wouldn't expect it to have at this stage, but certain features, mainly around the strategies and what is in the drop downs, I would like to see some more stuff going in there. So I would give this a 6 at this point. The functionality of BTC, again, is very good. It's got lots of measures in there which you can use. The lack of custom measures is an issue to me, as is the total lack of backtesting. For the price of the software, that should be a definite. So I will give this a 6 again. Help and support. CGM Bet is leaps and bounds above anything I've seen in any software application for many a year. The response times and the quickness to fix are exceptional, so that has to be a 10 for me. For Sports IQ, it's still very early days, and say the only area at the moment is the Trading the Market Discord channel for help and support. It would be nice to have dedicated Sports IQ help, which may well come in time, and I think to start with, we will give them a 6 on this. For BTC, there's the user forum. It's active but not very quick. The developers and the rest of the BTC team do engage with users in there, so I think that's probably worth a 7. In terms of speed, CGM Bet is the slowest one because it all runs locally and it's not got the benefits of cloud servers, but you're offsetting the speed for what the software can actually do. Once you've got the data in there, it is such a minefield, and it's a powerful minefield as well. You can find so many different angles, and the speed it almost doesn't become an issue. And I would give it a 6 for speed on this. The speed for Sports IQ is very quick, and I'm sure as the system matures, it will get even quicker as code gets optimized. Things load in a very quick manner, with some nice visualizations as well, which all take time to process. So I would give this a 9. And the speed of BTC was almost instant. There's no getting away from that, and I think that probably will get a 10 because there was no waiting around at all for the data to come back. Value for money, CGM Bet is definitely value for money. There's no two ways around that. Even full price or when there's a promotion on, it is probably my favourite one to use, if I'm being honest, at this moment in time. So I will give that a 10. Sports IQ is, say, the functionality is still coming on board. But at £10 a month, nobody can complain about that, and you can cancel at any time. And at the moment, that would get a 9, but moving forward, if all the new functionality, which hopefully will come on board, does make it into the software, then it can easily be a 10 in the coming months. Betfair trading community is where I've got a real issue with the price. These other two pieces of software do exactly what BTC does, and sometimes more, and for less than the price combined. So you could buy CGM Bet and Sports IQ for less than the price of BTC, and to me that rules it out completely of the market. It is just not, there's nothing in there which makes me want to spend more than double what the other two combined are. So for that, I can only give it a 3. It is really overpriced compared to what the other two offer. So that gives us our final scores of CGM Bet 41 out of 50, Sports IQ 38 out of 50, and BTC 33 out of 50. Obviously these are my scores and my opinions, but hopefully there's been enough subjective information in here to show that this is probably a fair reflection of where the sports trading market is at the moment in terms of the three systems. If you have enjoyed watching this video, then please give us a like, subscribe and share with all of your friends. Thank you for watching.